Today we have Abby McGilvery from The Nest. She is a marketing coach and social media strategist. She comes to us from here in Southern Maine. She has a background in psychology and criminology and has professional experience in marketing for both the nonprofit and the corporate sectors. Abby has an intense passion for organization, storytelling, and empowering others to take their marketing to the next level. And as she puts it, her mission in life is to help people stop random acts of marketing and get them focused on their marketing goals and plans for growth. Abby launched her company From the Nest in 2014, published her book Scrapbook Social Media in 2020, and has been the featured speaker at a long list of events and conferences throughout the state, such as Maine Biz Momentum Convention, the Association of Junior Leagues International, the Association for Consulting Experts, and the Maine Women's Conference, just to name a few of those. I have to also add to this that I've spoken with Abby a number of times over the past year and have enjoyed every single conversation. I've always walked away energized, excited, and I'm so happy that she was able to join us today and lead this wonderful presentation on 10 tech hacks to simplify our lives. So with that, take it away, Abby.
Great. Awesome. I'm so glad to be here. It's been a while since I did a virtual workshop, so I'm excited. I love putting these together and sharing tips and tricks and secrets. Before I get started, what I do want to tell you is everything you see here today, of course, it's going to be recorded. Any link I give to you at the end, I'm going to provide my email address. And also, Mike, I'm going to send you a PDF copy of everything we talk about today with all the links, so people don't have to be copy pasting and writing down every single link. I know that gets a little tricky. So don't worry, tune in, take good notes, and feel free anywhere along the way to pop in, ask questions. If you need anything clarified, let me know. Okay, very casual here. So thank you all for introducing yourselves. If you're just arriving, feel free to stick your name and whatever credit union you are representing today into the chat, just so we know who is here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. So welcome. Here we are at 10 tech hacks to simplify your life. Now, I was born in 1981. I just celebrated my 42nd birthday this weekend. And back in those days, the phones plugged into the walls. Do you remember that? Yeah, and you used to have to call someone and you would either get an answering machine or the parent would answer and you'd have to leave a message. Well, things have changed and have not changed that much. I'm pretty old school. And so even though I've been a marketing coach and a social media strategist for almost a decade, I think it's really important to keep things really simple when it comes to technology, because we can get overwhelmed so quickly with a newfangled thing, a new shiny object that we want to follow, and waste a lot of time trying to figure out different technology pieces. So here today, what I'm going to attempt to do is narrow down 10 of my favorite tech hacks that hopefully will make your life a little bit simpler. So we're going to cover things with social media management, graphic design, keeping yourself organized, all of that stuff today. So for each tech hack that we talk about today, we're going to talk about 3 basic things. Why would you want to use it? How easy is it? Hint, most of them are very easy. And what is the cost? So sometimes we really need to know what we're investing in before we make a big commitment to a technology platform. So we're going to talk through all of those 3 things for each of the technology tools we discussed today. So we will cover some tech tools in 3 different categories. First, we're going to talk about some tools that you can use to organize your content and your links. The next thing we're going to talk about is a few tools that will help you to share and schedule content onto your social media platforms. And finally, we'll close out with a few tech tools that will help really make your content shine when you're out there in the real world creating reels and Instagram stories and all of those fun things that we know we should be doing, right? All right. So let's dive right in. And again, I'll be sending you all of these links after the fact. So take some notes, but just know that I will follow up with all these direct links for you. So first recommendation, Google Drive. Now, if you use Google Drive, I want you to take a moment, chat into the chat and just say, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Or if you don't, that's okay too. Here's the thing about Google Drive. I know, especially with banking and credit unions, there's a lot of privacy. There's a lot of security, right? And so Google Drive can be a little tricky, and I'm sure some credit unions are okay with using it. Some credit unions might shy away from it. But either way, I think this is a great tool to know about because I use this for my personal use all the time. So how many times have you had a great vacation, for example, and you come back and your cell phone has 26 pictures of the garden that you just went to. And you'd love to keep those pictures forever and ever, but you don't want them on your phone because they're going to take up space. If you have the Google Drive app on your phone, you can upload those right from your phone into your Google Drive, which is a cloud storage system, and get them right off of your phone. So this is a great tool to use when it comes to personal file storage, photos, videos, because you have, you can purchase different amounts of storage, and depending on what you're storing, you can get everything in there, okay? And save all that storage space on your phone. So Google Drive is very, very, very easy to use. You may not even know it, but you have a Google Drive if you have a Gmail account. So when you sign up for a Gmail account, you get what's called the Google Business Suite of products. And one of those is a Google Drive, your storage for your Google Drive. And so everyone has it automatically if you have Gmail. It's a little tricky to find, so I'll walk you through how to find that as well. It's very, very easy to use Google Drive, but what I will say is that the sharing piece is the trickiest part. So the great thing about Google Drive is that you can create documents, you can share them with people, and you can work together live to update spreadsheets and documents and put things into folders together. So it's a wonderful tool for what I call collaboratizing, which is when you are strategizing and collaborating at the same time. So it's a great tool to use. It takes a little bit of practice, and the sharing options are the trickiest thing. If you want to allow other people to edit, there's a certain sharing option for that versus just being able to view something and look at something and not be able to change it. The cost for Google Drive, depending on how much storage you'd like to have, is between $6 and $12. I've always paid $6, and I've never gone over the amount of storage allotted for that $6. But I'd tell you, I'd go up to 12 because that to me is like easy business right off for all my Google storage, right? So it's a pretty inexpensive tool to use. And it has a very robust amount of storage within it. So you can store videos, photos, create new documents, presentations, etc. So this is what the Google Drive login page or sign-in page looks like. And basically you just go to googledrive.com and it's going to allow you to sign in. And you're going to sign in using your Gmail address, and it's automatically going to open up a Google Drive that maybe you didn't even know you had. And you can get in there and noodle around and think about also the pricing that you might want to do. But you can sign up for free at no cost to begin with and just see what's in there and what you want to have in there, and you can upgrade your storage for an additional cost after the fact. So when you get into Google Drive, this is a picture of my Google Drive dashboard. And you'll see over on the left-hand side, you can create new documents, you can upload documents. And what I do is I keep I keep like my BMW X3 I just purchased. I keep all my paperwork in there. All of my family photos I keep in here, my pet photos, all my notes on wellness and herbalism and gardening and all of that kind of stuff. So it's really like the interior of my brain, the way this is organized. But there are different ways that you can format it. So things can be in lists, things can be in folders, and you get to design it and make it work for you. So Google Drive is awesome. Love it. I'm just going to take a quick peek at the chat here and see. Great. Karen does use it. Carrie uses it as well. Yeah, for those special purposes. Recommendation is if your company is Outlook based. Well, that's a good question. iCloud is also another alternative storage that you can use if many people are Outlook based for their email, or they're using Apple products only instead of using Google. Oftentimes using your iCloud as a storage is the way to go. You can do similar things. You can share documents. I find it's a little bit more difficult to share back and forth and collaborate live with people through iCloud. And I prefer Google Drive to do that. Yeah, same thing. If you're using Microsoft 365, I would, you can still use Google Drive if you wanted to, but again, you'll have to be logged in through your Gmail account. Yeah. Any other questions on Google Drive? Feel free to type them right in. I'll keep going, but I'll loop back around. Okay. Next up, you might not have heard about this one, but it's a great one, Bitly. So if any of you use Bitly, let me know in the chat. I would love to know. So what the heck is Bitly for, and why would I use it? Mike uses it all the time. Yes. So Bitly is a tool that you can use, just an online website, use it for QR codes. Great. What this tool is really wonderful for is shortening those really long, ugly links that have all the letters and numbers, etc. So basically what you can do is you can paste any link into Bitly, and you can modify the link so that it can say slash, UCU Credit Union sign up. You can modify the titles of your links, and it also allows you to track the traffic that's coming from those links, which is so cool. So for example, I set up one for my book. So I have an Amazon link for my book, but it has all these numbers and letters and stuff at the end. So I made a Bitly link that says slash scrapbook social media. And I use that link in my email signature, on my website, on my Instagram, so that I can track how many people are clicking on that link and where they are coming from. It's a really cool tool. If you are someone who is expected to report on click-through rates of certain links that you're putting out into the world, this is a really wonderful tool to use. So Karen, Mike, chime in if I'm wrong here, but it's pretty easy to use, isn't it? Yeah. You can trash links, turn links on and off. It's really cut, copy, paste, and it is free, which is awesome. So I'm going to show you what the inside of the dashboard looks like, just so you get an idea. And this is a dashboard for my own Bitly, but this is where you can pop in. So I did one of my clients is Meeting House Farm, which is a fantastic medicinal herb farm out in Scarborough, Maine. And we wanted to create a link that every time we could send people to get a list of what's in stock on the website. So we created one link and I updated it to be what's in stock at MHF. And so every time I post that on Facebook or Instagram or in an email, I can track and see how many people are clicking it. And I can see if I click that number 37, I can see when they clicked it. So I can see, ooh, does that coordinate with when we sent out an email or when we did a social media post? So I can kind of talk to my client and say, this went really well on Facebook. Maybe we should do this on Instagram. So great way to track some links and to kind of keep things streamlined and on brand for your business. Yes. Any questions about Bitly? Feel free to throw them in there. Again, I'll give you all the links so you'll have it. You can go in and customize your own dashboard like mine. Next up is Linktree. So Linktree is one example of a type of tool that I think in particular comes in handy if you are an Instagram user. So have you ever noticed on Instagram that if you're looking at a post and somebody puts a link down in the comments, you can't click it? What a bummer. Hate that. In Instagram, you only get one link, and it's the link that is in your bio for your account. So wouldn't it be amazing if you had one link that people could click and they could see all of your links? They could see all your calls to action, sign up for a new account, get help now, find our Facebook page, and all those calls to action people could get to really easily. Well, that is exactly what you can do with Linktree. This also is a great tool for email signatures, because what you can do is you can create your Linktree account, plug in all the links you want people to see, and then you copy the link to your Linktree and put that in your signature, and everybody can see all of your different ways of contacting you, your social media, all that stuff. So let me show you what this looks like. And it is very easy. It is very easy. You can do some additional customizations, which take a little bit of practice. So you can change the colors, etc. So let me, oh, pardon me, I went backwards. Here we go. So again, it looks pretty similar to the Bitly dashboard, right? But here, all you're going to do is you're going to click that add link button, and you're going to pop in whichever link you want. You can change the title. And then, as you'll see, it's also tracking, just like Bitly was, to see how many people have clicked on it and when those clicks were happening. So great tool to have. Whenever I have a client who has a new campaign or they're trying to promote something in particular, I always click into my mind, ooh, I have to add this to their Linktree. So that when I do an Instagram post about, say, for example, we're hiring, I can do the post and I can say, find the link to the webpage in our bio. People will go to our account, click on the link, and there's the link to get to the hiring page right away. So this is a great tool for creating more and more traffic to all of those really important pages for you. You can customize it. You can put in your logo. You can change the colors. You can change the button sizes. So you can really make it look like your credit union, which is nice. All right.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think with today's younger generations, are they expecting a link tree for accessing websites and website information? As we always talk about, trying to get our membership younger and younger, and trying to move that dial down a little bit. Is this a tool that is being expected, as opposed to like it's a surprise to see it?
It is very expected these days, yes. And one of the reasons why it's really expected is because I recently read a study where the attention span of the average US citizen is about 1.2 seconds. So you have 1.2 seconds to get that person from here's the thing I want you to do to here's how you do it. People will not, especially the young folk, are not going to click around looking for something. If it's not spoon-fed to them right there, they're gone, right? So if you say to someone, go to our website, they are not going to go type in www. They're not going to do it. They're gone. It's going to take more than 2 seconds for them to do it. So if you say link in bio, all they have to do is click on your profile, click on your link, click on the other button, and they're there. So it's really a way of streamlining that process. And yes, people are, especially the younger generations, they know what that link in bio means. And that's kind of native language to them at this point. So, yeah.
I have a question as well.
Shelby,
So
yes.
I've heard that you have to have 1,000 followers to put a link tree in your bio on TikTok. Is that true for other social media platforms?
It's not true for Instagram. You could have 2 followers.
Okay.
TikTok has some additional rules about that.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can definitely put it up on your Instagram. And then in your Instagram, you're going to have a link to your TikTok,
Gotcha.
right? So
Okay.
that's going to help push traffic and build your TikTok as well. Great
Thank
question.
you.
You're welcome, Shelby. Any other questions about Linktree? Fancy little tool. Now, I will say there are some other platforms that are similar to this. This is, I find, the simplest one, but there are a number of other ones. Sometimes people prefer something that's more graphically oriented and doesn't have any words, and there are different options. So you could just Google link in bio, and there will be a number of different tools, but I love this one. It's easy, it's free, it's simple. This is the one that I recommend starting off with, at least if you're going to be trying this out. Okay. So now we're going to be moving into talking a little bit about some tools that will make it a lot easier for you to share content on social media. So I've been doing social media for a long time. The problem is not that people don't know what to do on social media. It's that where the heck do I find the time in my busy schedule to sit down and create a post? Because in my mind, every post is about 20 minutes, every single one. And if I'm posting 5 times a week, I have to find hours in my week to create those posts, to create graphics, to take pictures, to think about what hashtags to use. So if you're stressed out about social media, just know that you are not alone. Okay. It's probably one thing that you're being asked to do on top of a lot of other marketing tasks. And it's pretty likely that the person who's asking you to manage social media doesn't really know what it really takes to be checking every single message, to be looking at every single spam thing that comes through, to be creating those posts. So I'm hoping that a few of these tools are going to make that a little bit simpler for you. First up is an app for your phone. This app is called Repost for Instagram. Now, I'm focusing a lot on Instagram today, but what I do want to remind you is that there's a greater entity that owns Facebook and Instagram called Meta. Okay. And the company Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, and they play very nicely together. So most likely you have your Instagram account connected to automatically push posts out to Facebook as well. If you haven't done that, I highly recommend linking your Facebook page and your Instagram so that when you do an Instagram post, it automatically goes through to your Facebook page. It's going to save you a lot of time and energy. You might have to modify the post a little bit, but that will really be helpful for you. Repost is a wonderful, wonderful tool because it allows you to share content from other people. So creating your own original content 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week can be very overwhelming. But it's wonderful when you see someone tag you and they're at your credit union and they're saying what an amazing experience they had working with you. Wouldn't it be great if you could take that post and share it onto your own Instagram feed? Well, Repost allows you to do just that. Now, it's a little tricky. So if you're a person who's very comfortable with using your phone and using Instagram and using apps, this is probably going to be pretty easy for you. But if you're a little iPhone or smartphone averse, this might take a little bit of practice. But I'm going to show you basically how it works in a couple of steps so that you know. It is free to use, and it automatically will watermark what you are sharing. So it gives credit to the person who originally shared it, which is always very important to do when you're sharing. Make sure that person is tagged. They will also get a notification that you shared their post, and then you're creating a relationship of sharing and helping one another. So using Repost, again, you'll just download it in the App Store, whichever, or Google Play Store, whatever kind of phone you have. And I'll give you the direct link to this specific one. Basically, what you do is you find the post you want to share. You click the little dot, dot, dot. Have you ever noticed the little dot, dot, dot in the corner of every Instagram post? That's where they hide all the good stuff. The dot, dot, dot means more good stuff. And when you click there, it's going to give you the option to copy the link. So once the link is copied in Instagram, then you open up your repost app and it will automatically pull the images in the post, the content, the message of the post, and the tag for the person who originally posted it in to your repost. So then you select the post, you say, yes, this is the one I want to do. You can choose how you want the watermark to show up. So in this case, it's got a little tag up in the right-hand corner that says Mafka. And then you're going to just click repost and it's going to open up Instagram. It's going to open up the images. You can modify the content and edit what you want to say about it. And then you're reposting that from your own account. So it's kind of like clicking share on Facebook and sharing something from a business that you see and sharing it onto your page. But it's a way of doing it through Instagram. Just a couple of extra steps. Takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it, it can be really, really helpful, especially if you've got people tagging you regularly and you need extra content to share. Has anybody used a similar app to this before for their Instagram? Let me know in the chat if you've used something. There are a number of them out there, different alternatives, but I really love this repost app. So let me know. Next up, Meta Business Suite, which you'll find in Facebook, because like I said, Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. So you can use the Meta Business Suite platform that's already in Facebook to manage both your Instagram and your Facebook at the same time. So what this means is that the Meta Business Suite allows you to schedule content to go out on Facebook, on Instagram. You can create stories, you can create reels, and you can schedule and select different times for things to go out. So I'm going to show you this, but I also want to mention that there is also an app for your phone called the Meta Business Suite app that I highly recommend you get if you are managing the Facebook business page for your credit union. One of the biggest hurdles that I find that people have with Facebook is when they open up their Facebook app, they don't know if they're managing their business page or if they're looking at their personal stuff, or like, how do I share something from my business page using the Facebook app? Well, the Facebook app itself is designed for your personal Facebook page. And yes, you can switch back and forth and look at your business pages. But when you open up the Meta Business Suite app, you are not looking at anything personal. It is only your business page. So you can post to your business page from there. You can look at your insights. You can check your messages. You can go to your Instagram instantly. Therefore, when you're in business mode, you're only in business mode, right? I like to keep my Facebook personal and my business pages very separate. And this is a great tool to do that. You can manage everything about your Facebook page right within one place, and you can post using this app as well. So it's great for simplifying your page management, for being able to, at 10 o'clock at night, if you get a message coming through, you don't have to go to your computer and hop on. You can open up your Meta Business Suite app and you can just look at the message and see if it's something you need to respond to right away. And then you're not dealing with personal Facebook and business Facebook. It's just your business pages. I would say this is an intermediate level tool to use. If you're comfortable with Facebook, you're probably not going to have a problem with it, but it does take a little bit of practice. Social media is very kinesthetic. It's very like, click this button in the right-hand corner. And so it takes a little bit of orienting yourself to the platform, but you'll get it. It's pretty quick. You'll get it pretty quick. I'm confident. It is free. So of course, Meta, who owns Facebook and Instagram, they're not in this for free. They are in this to make money, but they obviously want you to be using their tools and the platforms that they've created. So they allow everyone to use both Meta Business Suite and the app for free. All right. So I just want to show you, let's see if it will allow me to open up. Boop, 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 boop. I need to go to this one. How do I, pardon me, let me grab this link here really quick and pop it over here. So I'll just show you, it's important to see the symbol sometime of what the app looks like. This is what it looks like when you pop open the app, and you can download it right to your phone. And then you're going to log in using your regular personal Facebook credentials, and it will automatically pull in any pages that you are an admin to, and you can manage those pages right through the app, which is great. I also want to show you quickly where you're going to find your business suite. So when you're looking at your business page on Facebook, you're going to find the Meta Business Suite right over here on the left. Mike, can you nod your head and just let me know that you can see my Facebook page there? Okay, great. And when you open up your Meta Business Suite, what you're going to notice is it brings you into a whole other platform, right? Where you can see all the things you've done. You can see your notifications, you can check your inbox, you can see all the content you have planned. And when you click on the create post, this is where it allows you to go in and you can choose, do I want to post to just my Facebook? Do I want to post to my Instagram as well? You can modify the posts for each platform. You can pop in your text. You can pull in photos, images, videos. And then down at the bottom, you can choose to schedule things to go out at different times. So how cool is that? Yeah. If you're a person that likes to write your Facebook schedule ahead of time, which is something that I try to do as much as I can, what I'll do is block off a couple of hours on a Tuesday to sit down and schedule all my posts to go out that week, the ones that I know I'm going to be doing right here directly. And it lets me know when they've gone out. I can go in and I can look at my planner and I can see, discard please. I can see what I have planned and I can see what went out in the past on which channel. I can see how many likes things got, how many comments things got. So this is a pretty cool little dashboard where you can monitor Facebook and Instagram, which really are the two big platforms that I'm guessing most of you are on. So anyone using the Meta Business Suite right now to schedule content or create posts? Let me know. I would love to know. Shelby does, yeah. Shen, great. Awesome, awesome. It's been working good for you. I'm glad to hear that. Good. Wonderful. Okay. So moving right along, love Meta too. Yes, indeed. Next up, in a similar kind of genre, I would say, is Hootsuite. So Hootsuite is a platform where you can manage all of your social media in one place. Hootsuite is particularly helpful for scheduling content to go out on different channels. So with Meta Business Suite that we just looked at, you can schedule posts to go out on Facebook and Instagram. But what if I want to put stuff on LinkedIn or on our company or LinkedIn company page or on TikTok or on Pinterest? How do I do that? Well, Hootsuite is a tool that you can use in order to schedule onto multiple different platforms. And it's kind of similar to Meta Business Suite where you can pull in your content and your pictures and your video and you choose which channel and schedule out which time you want it to go out. But the great thing about Hootsuite is it also allows you to track mentions of your business. You can pull in, if you have a branded hashtag that you're using, you can track a hashtag and see anyone talking about the hashtag. You can pull in a feed for your direct messages. So you can manage a lot of stuff in one place using Hootsuite. Now, there are a number of other tools that are similar to this, like Latergram. There are a couple of other ones, but I love Hootsuite because it just makes sense in my mind. Google Drive, like all of these things kind of have this visual component to it that makes sense to me. So I love this one. It does have a cost to it. So I don't think any credit unions can be nonprofits, but there is a nonprofit free version of this that maybe Maine Credit Union League, if you are a nonprofit, you might be able to tap in and use that. You can apply for a discount, but typically it's $99 a month, and that will give you 10 different channels. So that means you can put in your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, your Pinterest, your YouTube, up to 10. Oh, they are nonprofits. Amazing. Great. So there is a way that you can apply for a nonprofit discount on Hootsuite. So just do hootsuite.com and there's a button that says apply for nonprofit discount. And you can actually get a discount. So it'll probably be cheaper than that, $99 a month. Oh, pardon me, to figure out where my arrows are. So this is an example of what the Hootsuite dashboard looks like. So mind you, this is not one of my Hootsuite dashboards. This is someone else's, but they've pulled in, basically you can add any social networks that you want, and then you can pull in different streams. So you could pull in what tweets you're doing, what you have scheduled, what's been mentioned. You can pull in your direct messages. You can put a hashtag in there and it will track those things. So it's a really nice way to have everything all in one big dashboard. And it does pull in a lot of analytics for you as well. So you can see and go back and see, how many mentions have we had, how many people used our hashtag. So there's a lot of really good stuff in here. Anyone using Hootsuite or another similar tool as well that you might recommend? Because I'm sure there are some other ones that folks are trying out as well. Let me know in the comments. Any questions? Oh, Constant Contact. Yep, that's a great tool as well to use. Also for email, which is great. Thanks, Lily. Good. Yes, Shelby, same thing with me. So now that I use Meta Business Suite largely with my clients, I agree. I tend to use that more than I use my Hootsuite, because many of my clients aren't on TikTok and YouTube and they're really focused in on Facebook and Instagram. So I agree with you. The more you use Meta Business Suite, the less need there is for a scheduling tool. Great. Okay, next up, my all-time favorite. Canva. If I could be a paid Canva spokesperson, I would. So this presentation that you're seeing today, I created in Canva using a template. Yes, Lily, Canva is the bomb. Canva.com. So if you're not using Canva.com, you are missing out. This is the easiest graphic design tool you could ever use. What's also wonderful about Canva.com is you can start off with a free trial. You can go in, test it out, try it out. And then if you love it, it's still pretty inexpensive, 15 bucks a month. Easy peasy. For the amount that I use it for social media graphics. You can create reels using Canva. There's so much you can do. And you can also very easily copy and resize things. So say you have a post you want to do on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, all the channels. You can easily do copy and resize for a particular channel, and it will take the whole thing and resize it for you, which is like instant time saver. Love Canva. Adobe InDesign. Yes, Adobe InDesign is awesome, but you know what? I get so overwhelmed, Carrie. I don't know if you do. But there's like, once you get into like layers and things, I'm like, ooh, I just want to drag and drop. And for me, Canva just does it. Adobe Express is similar, Shen. Okay. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm writing that down. Adobe Express. Okay, I'm going to check that out too. I use Canva as well, but the platform's near identical. I bet they had some Adobe people in there using Canva taking notes. What do you think? Yeah. So Canva is very, very easy to use. Yeah, I wish I had grown up with InDesign. I would, yes. One day I'm going to go back to school and do like real graphic design school. But in the meantime, yeah. So this is kind of what Canva looks like when you get into the dashboard. And what's really great about it is you can put in all of your brand assets. So what you're going to notice is over on the left-hand side, it says brand. Now I'm a premium customer. I pay my $14.99 a month. So I get to put in my brand. So what that means is I've uploaded my brand colors, my texts, the different fonts that I use. I've got my logos in there. So anytime I'm creating a new graphic, it's automatically going to give me those colors, those fonts, those logos to choose from so that I'm staying on brand and I'm not recreating the wheel every single time. Tons of templates in here as well. So if you're looking to do a hamburger special reel, you could type in hamburger reel and it's going to come up with a whole bunch of reels that are already created about hamburgers. I mean, this is just amazing, the kind of stuff that's in here. You are also able to share designs. And so if there are other people who also have Canva, you can be working in tandem side by side, even in the same moment, moving things around, adding things, editing, etc. So I use this with a lot of clients who are creating PDFs or free downloads, something like that, because I don't have to type out, here's every single edit I want you to make. I can hop in there and say, why don't we move this around? Why don't we move this around? Put a period here, and we can kind of create things together, which comes in handy. Great. Shelby, Lily, thank you for sharing all of your thoughts about Canva, InDesign. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. Up next, a fun one. This one's called Get Emoji. So if you don't know what an emoji is, it's those fancy little pictures that when you're texting, you can type like a little heart or a little flower or a bee or whatever, emojis. So Mike, we were talking about that younger crowd. The younger crowd likes those things, right? They like an emoji here and there. Not too many. Don't go wild with it, right? But every now and again for Meeting House Farm, for example, I'll put a little plant, a little sprout, or I'll put a little flower, a little heart, a little bumblebee. Just adds a little bit of character to your posts. So emojis will add a little bit of spice to any post that you do. And this is a free, very, very easy tool to use. So let me just show you what it looks like. It's basically just an online platform. It has a search bar, so you can type in heart or flower or money. Lily, yes, Lily's got the sunflowers in there. Love that. See, it just automatically makes you smile. And this is a great tool to use because basically what you could do is you can find any emoji and then you just click copy paste. And you can use it in your posts. You can put it into your emails. You can add it onto, into your Instagram bio if you want to. But this is a really wonderful tool when I'm just like, whoa, gosh, I have to come up with something to use on this. What am I going to do? And copy paste, pop it in there. You can copy paste the whole post with the emoji in it, and it will take it and you can put it on Facebook, you can put it on Instagram. Great stuff. I also love emojis when used sparingly, right? When used sparingly. Number 9 is a program. It's a free website called Words to Time. Now, it seems like kind of a funny tool to share because it's like, you think about using a tool like this, which is basically you can type in the number of words in a document or in a piece, and it will tell you how long it will take you to read it out loud. Now, it seems like kind of a weird tool to use, but I can't tell you how often I use this because I love to do reels, for example, create videos, and you want them to be really short. You want them to be 30 to 90 seconds. You know, you don't want to have people listening to a 7-minute long video. So as I'm writing a script for a video or a presentation that I'm doing, I always use this to cross-check myself to make sure that I'm not going way over time and talking way too long. This comes in really handy if you're planning presentations, videos, like I said, workshops, anything like that, because you can really just plug in, here's how many words I have in this chunk. And then you can choose if you're a slow reader. Clearly, I am a fast reader. But I always put in average just in case. And it's going to give you a roundabout time. Like this is going to take 4 minutes or this is going to take 7 minutes to say these things. So that when you're planning, you can think a little bit farther ahead about, do I need to edit things down? What can I take out? How can I make this work in the allotted time that I have? Yes, fun tool to use. Okay, I've got one final tech tip. And this one actually requires me showing you on my screen, but I will introduce it to you first. So this is a physical tech tool that I have absolutely fallen in love with. It is called the Ulanzi tripod, and it's available on Amazon for 21 bucks. So all the rage right now is video. Video is everything right now. Creating reels, creating collages of little short video snippets all put together as a reel, or creating videos for TikTok, right? But when you're doing those fancy dances and you're recording someone talking, oftentimes your hand is like, oh, shaking. Is it in the middle? What am I doing? So here's the tool. It is really awesome. I'm gonna make my screen bigger here. So this is what it looks like. And this tripod is 21 bucks. I mean, super sturdy. It gets really, really, really tall. As you can see, it keeps going. You can lock it. It has this little stand, if I can get it open, on the bottom. So it's an actual tripod. You can put it on a table, you can put it on the floor, you can do whatever you want with it, make it all different heights. Your phone clicks in right here, and it's going to allow you to just keep everything a heck of a lot more sturdy. And I'll also tell you, it makes you look really cool, and people will wonder what you are doing, and they will walk up and be like, what are you recording? What's this all about? Because it looks very professional. But it's great because it's so small that I can throw it right into my purse or my laptop bag and bring it with me wherever I go. It locks and unlocks and slides easily. So I highly, highly recommend considering getting a tool like this for your credit union, and allowing people to kind of borrow it out of the tech closet. If you're doing events, if you're doing fundraisers, if you've got any kind of thing you need to attend, or if you need to shoot a video of someone talking about something, a tool like this would be wonderful to have. Again, 21 bucks. It's a steal, and it is a really, really amazing tool. Does anybody creating video regularly for your credit union? I'd actually love to hear how people are using video right now to promote their credit union, if anyone is. Videos for financial ed. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Creating those webinars or those workshops, having a tool like this would be really wonderful to use. Also, a little tip, your phone, the camera right here on the back of your phone is much more powerful and stronger and better quality than the camera on the front of your phone. So when you're recording a video, you always want to be recording it using the back camera of your phone. Just a little tip, which is great because if you're using the tripod, you can see big what's going on the front of your phone, and it's recording here. Great. Lily going to try to start doing more videos in the future. Great, great, great. Gimbal knockoffs are great, as if you're holding it in your hands, it will stabilize if you move so it's not shaky. Oh, Shen, thank you. Are those available on Amazon, the gimbals, or are they have their own website? We'll have to Google. Oh, okay, great, great. I'll have to Google gimbal later, find one of those too. Great. Yes, great for FaceTime meetings. Absolutely, they are. Yes. Great, Carrie. Thanks for being here. Okay, awesome. So, just to summarize, and again, I'll be sending you all of the links to all of these wonderful tech tools. What I also recommend is don't overwhelm yourself. If there's one or two things that really stick out here, just start with one or two new tech tools at a time. Don't try to overwhelm yourself with, oh my gosh, I've got to do every single thing here. Choose one or two things that might, seem like they might be interesting to you, and just kind of get in there and experiment. And I would love to hear about what your experiences are using all of these tools. We'll follow up with links to all of these. And if you want the links right away, I have them all in a document. You can email me. My email is right up on the screen there, and I can certainly send them to you, but I'll put them in a PDF to send to Mike, and he can send out as well for everyone, okay? So thank you so much. I hope you got a couple of good tips, maybe a new tool or two to try. And we have about 5 minutes. So if anyone has some additional questions, I am here and ready to talk. And it does not have to be about tech tools. You can ask any marketing, social media question that you would like. I am here to help. Great. What are you using to edit videos or string snippets together? Awesome. Good question. So number one suggestion, Melissa, is Canva. Canva.com you can use as a tool on your computer. So if you can get the photos and the videos to your computer, maybe using Google Drive, you could upload them into your Google Drive and get them there. You also can use Canva on your phone. There is an app for it. So you could use that. Another tool that I recommend is called CapCut, CapCut, CapCut. And this is another great tool for when you have a number of different videos or photos that you want to put together as a reel. That's also a great way to go. The third thing I can recommend is using an existing template. So when you're looking around at reels on Instagram, what you're going to see is sometimes they'll have a little button pop up that says use template. And I want you to try experimenting with that, because here's the thing is social media can get really complicated. And if somebody has already created a really great video that's changing at the right times and the music you really like, what you can do is you can choose to use that as a template, choose use template, and then it will encourage you to upload your own media. So then you can just automatically select from your phone which pictures and which images you want, and it will use the same music, it will use the same transitions. So if you're looking for a quick, easy way to do it, look around on Instagram for some reels that have that use template feature. What I often do is I'll save the ones that I find that I really like. You can click the little flag on the bottom of any post to save a post. And then when I know I have 6 different pictures of and videos of calendula, for example, that I want to put up as a reel, and I know I have 7 pictures, I'll go in and look at the saved reels that I have and see which one has 7 pictures used and it has some music that goes along with it. And I'll do use template, plug, put my little caption in, and it's gone. So that's another option to try as well. Great question.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Melissa. My pleasure. Thanks for coming on and saying hi.
You're welcome.
Okay, we've still got a few more minutes. Give me another one. I like questions. I see lots of info on how often you should post on social media. What is your formula? Oh, Ron, that is a good question. Where are you, Ron? Ron, you were on camera earlier. Where did you go? Let's see if I can get you come back on camera. So Ron, that is a really great question. I would ask you, are you coming to the big presentation in October that I'm going to be doing? Because in October, I'm going to be coming to speak with all of you in person, which I'm so thrilled about. And I'm going to be giving you even more information from my book about what I recommend in terms of that. So in terms of scheduling and posting and all of that, but I'll give you a little preview, okay? On average, across all industries, across all channels, people are posting 4 times a week. So that's the average, right? So that means some people are posting 1 or 2, some people are posting 9 or 10. But you gotta be realistic. I mean, I do this stuff full time all the time. And if I get 4 posts up a week, I am having a glass of wine and celebrating because I have a life. I have a son who just graduated from high school. I have, I have 3 cats. I have a garden. Like I have things I need to do. I cannot spend every single day posting constantly. Now, I'm also not an influencer. I'm not making any money off of my posts. If I was, I might be posting more. But for a credit union, I would shoot for 3 to 5 times a week. And it's not about the quantity, it is about the quality. I would rather you did 3 really strategic, really beautiful, on brand posts a week than do 7 that are like, here's a quote, here's a thing, just to do it. Because what works on social media is when people engage with the post. So it's not as important how often you post, it's about how good your posts are and if people will engage with them. So post where you ask a question or when you ask for feedback. What do you see? You see comments coming in. Comments trigger the algorithm to show your post to more and more people. If you post something that's really relevant, people are going to say, oh my gosh, this is great. Love this. Love to see it. They'll tag people, right? So posts that do really well are the ones where people are engaging with them. So be more focused on the quality of the post and ask yourself, what will my audience do with this post? If they save it on Instagram, that's actually the most powerful thing that someone can do for you. Is click the little flag on the right-hand side in the bottom of your post and save it. Because that's like, I'm going to tuck this away. That triggers the algorithm to say, this is really important. This is really good. So good that people want to save it. So if anybody ever asks you, hey, what can I do to help you on social media? Would you please start saving my posts from our credit union? I'd really appreciate that. That's the most powerful thing people can do. Great question, Ron. Did I answer it okay? I hope some tips in there. Why is that the most powerful thing? Because basically, they're considering human behavior, right? So a save. So let's say you do, I go outside and I do the most amazing floor routine with back handsprings and cartwheels. Somebody walks up to me and they go, that's like giving me a like. It doesn't really mean much to me, right? But if they walk up to me and they go, wow, that was really amazing. You did a good job. That's like leaving a comment. That means more to me, right? That gets to my heart. But if somebody goes, could you go do that again? Because I want to record that so I can save it and go back to that again. That's like the ultimate. That's the best thing somebody could do because this is an important thing for other people. And what Meta and all of the channels are always trying to find is what are people responding to? What is important to them because they want to feed that to more people. So that's why those saves are so very important. Okay, great question. All right, Mike, we are at time. I don't want to keep anybody too over. I know you all are on strict schedules at the credit unions. So thank you so much.
Well,
all of
thank you, Abby. This has been.